Hey guys, this video is to show you a real quick tutorial with Canva and how you can be utilizing some of their tools. So this came out of me just doing some research on graphic organizers. In our curriculum meeting yesterday, it was discussed about incorporating more reading strategies within all the content areas. So I thought, what better way than maybe just try to find some graphic organizers that can help some teachers that don't necessarily always work with informational text or large reading passages. And when I did that, I came across some things from Canva, and specifically I was looking at science graphic organizers. So let me show you a few things. The first thing that you need to know is that Canva is free to teachers, and all you have to do is put in your teacher account for NCBA and they'll verify you. Something else you can do, but I haven't exported a lot, you can have like a class. And so if you're creating a project or things like that, you could potentially have students working with that. I have not researched it, so I don't know if there's chat features. I don't know how we can monitor that, but that's something we can look at in the future. So let me show you a couple things. So this is a link, and I'm going to send this to you, but this is a link of all just different options that Canva mentions that you can use it. I use Canva personally for all my PowerPoints now. Anytime I make my newsletters, just because aesthetically I like the look of it, and I think it's very easy to use and work with. So presentations, infographics, lesson plans, and I'll show you kind of some options with that. Student videos, group work activities, social emotional learning, storyboards, and you can go on with that. So let's look at just some common things that you can use it for. So one of the easiest ways is you can use it for a doc or a whiteboard or a presentation. So let's start with presentations. The nice thing with presentations is that you can pick different templates that match, so aesthetically, colors wise, something that you want to look for, and you can just use that and just add in your information. Or you can start with a blank template. You can add elements in, and that's different shapes, that's different pictures. Generate your own with the AI image generator. You can add text. You can do branding, drawing. You can upload your own pictures. So if I'm going to do a specific text box, or maybe I need to use a picture, I can do that. So let's go back to, let's look at this particular one. And so what I will do, let's say, okay, I really like all of these. That's going to be my template style. I'm just going to apply all 10 pages. And then from there, I can add my information accordingly. So let's just say I've added my information and I want to share this. So a couple different ways that I can share it is I can even present from here. So if I was doing a presentation and I wanted to use it there, I can give my link out to people. So if I had that class that I was creating, I could do the link. I can download it as a PDF, but I can also save it as a PowerPoint. And let me show you that. I could present it. I could add it to a YouTube, Pinterest, if I wanted to do all that. But if I keep going down under save, it'll allow me to save it as a PowerPoint. So it'll directly save it as a PowerPoint, and then you can upload it into Neuro, which makes it really nice. Okay, so let's look at graphic organizers. So it has already lessons that you could do, making connections in informational text, cohesive arguments, cells, and cell theory. Obviously, you would need to go in and you would need to see, okay, what do I need to do? Does this fit with my standards? So on and so forth. But I know a lot of times we'll go and we're like, okay, this is what I want to do. I can't kind of get my ideas together. And so this can be an alternative or an option for you. But once again, obviously you're going to make this your own and put your own information. But it looks like it has these already set up for you, properties of matter. And then once again, you've got these graphic organizers. And so these are really great that you could add these to your whiteboard. You could add these to your formatives, Nearpod, or just save it as a document for kids to add to, so then they can work with these ideas. So you can, once again, you can use one of these that are already there, or you could create your own. So this is just a couple different ways that you could use the graphic organizers. So I clicked on this slide and I clicked on the group work activities just because I wanted to see what it is. So it looks like there are pre-created lessons that have some ideas for group work. I like down here that it talks about the group work agreement. I'm always saying that there needs to be some sort of expectation slide, and that's a continuous like protocol that you're always putting in. So something about nursery rhymes, group work assignments. So it's just creating these things for you. I know me personally, I'm not super creative. I can think of things, but I'm like, oh, how do I articulate that into images and so on and so forth. And so you can see here's different opportunities and different options for presentations. Okay, so let's say we want to select a lesson plan, and let's just play around with a little bit and see how we can manipulate it with our own. So this is the lesson preview. There's themes and central idea. Oh, Captain, my captain. So it has a poster, so it's already got a story for us. Identifying themes and inferences worksheet. I'm going to save that to my folder. So it looks like those things are already there. And then let's just say I want to open my lesson. So as you can see, this has been turned into a presentation. So I can manipulate it. I've got my lesson outline. This is where you could obviously adapt to your objectives. And so the way in which that I would do that is all I'm going to do is click on the text and I'm going to change it. Okay. And if I want to add something, let's say I don't like these people. And let's just say I want to take those out. I can look for different graphics. Let's just say I want to add something right now. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to click on that, the graphic, and it's going to, ideally it should pop up. There we go. And there it's there. And I can just add it to my graphic. If I want to change the font, everything's the same. Once again, AI generator. If I need to add in a table, I can do something like that. If I want to add in music, charts, frames. So let's say I want a picture. I can add a frame and put my own picture in there. So let's say I want that particular frame in a certain shape. I can just add my picture right over this frame. The last thing that I wanted to show you is how you can create some whiteboards for your Neuro lessons. So obviously we talked about how you can create your presentations and then we know how to just load those in. So let's say how you could create a whiteboard, and this would be a whiteboard specifically in terms of the interactivity would be something that they would be working on in like a Canva class, but obviously I mentioned that I don't know all the details of that. But what you could do, it allows you can collaborate. I'm just going to kind of scroll in with these things. Looks like you can collaborate in real time on certain images, so maybe they need to look at that. So this is something we probably should really look at if they're able to collaborate within a positive manner. They can add a comment to the elements below. They could save sticky notes, so it looks like kind of like the Padlet. You can kind of save sticky notes. They could create their own sticky notes. They can change shapes, select the shape. Looks like you can create quick diagrams here, and this is all stuff that would be in here. How you could adapt it to your particular classroom is create it and then save it to your PowerPoints. There's preloaded graphics. You could add a timer for something if we needed a timer. So there's just a lot of ways in which you can use this. So here's just some things. We talked about creating designs for Canva, how to use lesson plans, how to use presentations. If you have specific questions on just graphic designs or anything additional with Canva, please reach out. Let me know.